So today I'm going to do a review on the game winner, number 12 electric meat grinder. We picked this up from Academy Sports here in Florida and wanted to show you a little bit about what's in it. This is the first time we've ever used it. Put together a quick review on how it works and what our experience is. So I'll go ahead and show you really quickly. This is the main body of the unit here. Pretty solid, quite heavy actually, surprisingly so. Metal casing, aluminum, seems to be pretty good. I've heard that the gears are plastic. I haven't taken it apart to take a look at it yet, but we'll see how it runs. We've got the meat tray here. It's an aluminum meat tray, pretty decent size. We've got the entire grinder head that's here. Inside, I'll take it apart in a minute and show you all the parts. And then this is your meat stomper or meat stuffer. I loosened the top. This is actually pretty tight to get off of there, as I've experienced so far. And then, of course, inside the box comes the instruction manual. But as it sits right now, I'm going to show you what's inside the grinder head. Take this off. It's called your retaining ring. This is also aluminum. You've got your auger or your worm gear. You've got, this is the grinding plate. This is the coarse grinding plate. I'll show you the difference in a minute for the others. You got your grinder knife here, and then this is the auger as well. Now inside this stomper, if you were to take this off, again, it's on there pretty tight. It's kind of difficult to get off. We've got, I haven't opened it yet, but an additional grinding plate. This is the fine grinding plate. The holes are much smaller, as you can see. And then you've got various stuffing tubes in different sizes, so you can make sausages and whatnot. So you got 3 different size stuffing tubes, and they all fit inside this stomper pretty smoothly. Oh, one more thing I forgot to show you. This is for making sausages. It's called your stuffing plate. So this goes inside there as well, and I'll show you that in a couple of minutes. So to put this grinder head put back together again, you're going to take your auger. Of course, you want to put this side in first. It's got a little washer here, and it's plastic washer as well. You want to put that in there. I'm going to take your cutting blades. There's only one way these will go on. If you try to put them on upside down, it won't work. You have to put them on this way. You can see this square cutout fits right inside there. So only one way it'll go. And then the coarse grinding plate. There is a piece here, I don't know if you can see that or not, that lines up with this notch that's right there, and you want to put that right on there as well. And then you'll take your retaining ring and lock it over. There you go. Now, to assemble this, you're supposed to put, this is a lever that holds and retains, see if you can see that inside there, holds and retains the grinder head. So you lift this up. There's also just another piece here, right here, there's another notch that fits along this portion of the grinder head. So you lift this up, Drop that in there. There you go. Once it fits, you're supposed to be able to push this down. Now this is supposed to go all the way down, like the image would show you in the booklet here. Shows it going all the way down. However, this one does not want to seem to go down any more than that. Now it's on there quite secure, so I don't know if that's just a bit of a defect on this one or what, but we'll see when I put it to the test. And then you take your meat tray, put that on top. That just rests in here. I'll show you how that looks. That just rests in here like that. And then you would use your meat stomper to push the meat down inside the grinder head. I will show you something else that I found. Well, not that I found, but the directions will tell you. The cord is underneath. This is where you would store it and also just find it. It's a nice place for it. And then also, there's your settings. So you got off, stuff, and grind. And then there's a reverse setting here as well. This button is set so that way if it were to get stuck and the engine were to, or the motor were to, get too hot, it has a shut-off switch. So I want to make sure before, unplug it, reset it, and make sure it's, of course, turned to off. But it should be pretty easy. Another tip, it says before you try to turn this into reverse, make sure that the gear is completely stopped. You've put it on off for a minute before, or for a few seconds, so it's stopped moving before you hit it in reverse, just in case something were jamming the motor head or the grinder head. So far, that's about all I have. I'm going to put it to the test. I'll show you what it looks like. We'll see what happens. Okay, so we are going to give this a whirl. See how this works out. I've got some meat cut up here. I've got this plugged in. We'll see how this goes. Gotta get my plug here. All right, here we go. Seems like it did a mighty fine job. Ground up perfectly fine. Got a little bit left to do. What I was grinding up here is brisket and some bacon. We're getting ready to make some burgers, so it seemed to be doing perfectly fine. Really good coarse texture. We'll see how the burgers taste. I'll finish grinding up the rest of this, and we'll see what's next. Also, I would recommend, by the way, they also recommend it to wash these parts before you start using it for the first time. And then when we're finished, you can just, they say, run a piece of bread through there to help clean out some of the leftover meat, and then just wash it in some soap and water. They do say it's not dishwasher safe, so I'm not planning on putting any of these parts in the dishwasher. Just gonna wash them by hand. Okay, we'll see how that comes out when I'm finished. All right, so this went through about 5 pounds of meat. This was, again, brisket and bacon, and it went through very easily. I haven't cleaned this out yet, just finished it up. Just wanted to let you know, coarse ground, came out very good, very good. So I'll just clean out these components and make some burgers. Hopefully you guys can enjoy this as well as I have. I just wanted to tell you too, this piece again still didn't go all the way down, but it didn't seem to have a problem. This thing is in there pretty good. It's not going anywhere. Again, no bones, nothing like that was put through here. They don't want you to put anything of, anything solid through here. So it worked out like a champ. So far, so good. All right, so I just really, real quick, just to wrap up. So far, everything worked out great. It did not bog down at all when I was doing 5 pounds of brisket and some bacon. I cut the pieces into about 1 inch square. So it really did a great job. It took about 3 or 4 minutes to go through that 5 pounds. Very easy to handle, very easy to manage. I do have to say one thing though, that this particular this piece, this grinding plate, was not so easy to clean. I mean, there was things stuck inside these holes. Just want to make sure you either get a little brush or something like that, a small bottle brush or something, pipe cleaner, to clean those out, because that could create a problem if that sits in there. But other than that, everything else is very easy to clean, very easy to disassemble, very easy to put together. So far, I really enjoy it. Did not have a problem. Hope this review helps.